Hello, YouTube. I am Keaton James Curtis. I am shooting out my information to outer space. I had an accidental ego death when I was 7, and that caused a chain reaction through biology, actually, and education. I'm from Vancouver, and so we went to Science World and such, and it's called the Inside Out exhibit, and pretty much, it's exactly that. And so, like, these are actual people, like someone like me, right? You see, I have flesh on my face, and I'm moving, and I'm talking to you, and moving around, and doing all these and such, and I can actually focus on the signal I'm sending to my finger to move. And so it created like this idea of mirrors, if you want to call it that, or pretty much, why wasn't I that person? You know what I'm saying? And not anybody can just say reincarnation or da 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 da. But I have the formula. It's the fact that because of perception, right, you are just like everybody else. So you are not special in your perception. But, which makes my perception not special either, by the way. That's why it's ego death. Like, almost like a connected consciousness, in a sense, if you want to call that the subconscious. And then, but the question I asked myself when I was a kid, I was like 7, when I was staring through like this dead guy's eyes, and like they're not glass eyes, they're the real deal and shit. And I asked myself, why am I looking through my eyes? Why am I looking through my eyes right now? What makes Keaton James Curtis Keaton James Curtis? Why would I be staring out of my eyes right now? Out of all the eyes I could be staring out of, I am staring out of mine. At 7 years old. And then you're fucking told you're stupid and you're a kid and all that, right? But no one is even thinking about what I'm thinking about. And so it's different. And that's why it's different. It's not different because I'm special. It's different because it's like a glorified version of normal. I don't even know, like, yeah. And so I wanted to become invincible to life at 16 because I was sick and tired of everything. I was already sick and tired of everything, but I was suicidal. That was different. But, and then I started learning life lessons because I spent a lot of time with old people. And they'd always tell me their life lessons, so I thought, well, I should start at life lessons. Because then, if I know all the life lessons, I'll be invincible to life. And I didn't know that that was called ethics at the time. I didn't know that. I didn't know what philosophy was at all. I thought I learned some new thing. I was like, oh my God. I was like, no, that would have been 2020, 2019 when that happened. And then, I started getting books, but special books, very special books, very, very, very special books. Like you're not finding these on the internet, and you're not gonna be able to search them up. and they are about very specific and special things. And it's pretty much I found a way to get through it, get through all of it. You know what I'm saying? But what does that do for me at all? I don't know. But just because I figured it out doesn't mean that it's useful to me, right? So if I give this to somebody else, they can make it better. And that's why I'm making this video, because I don't really I have to do a lot of Carl. I call him Carl Jung, but it's Carl Jung, I guess. It's German. But I didn't really care about Carl Jung until I started getting into The Shining. I was always into The Shining, but that was different. Like, I was into The Shining before 21 Savage did his shit. I was doing Shining research, like, fucking before Will Smith even got fucking slapped. And I was doing the Matrix research way before fucking Andrew Tate. Like, Sky Does Minecraft knows all about fucking the Matrix. Do you think I'm gonna go and ask advice from Sky Does Minecraft? No, I'm not gonna ask advice on how to be a man from Sky Does Minecraft just because he says Matrix. Like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, yeah. I'm just my own person, and that's the key here. Is you gotta be your own person. You don't be your own person, you can do that. Free will. But what's more, that it goes into escapism. And escapism, in the sense, is the fact that you're always trying to escape because you're always trapped, but you're not. It's kind of like a dog that's always trying to leave the house, but little do you know that if you were to leave that house, the dog would be like, oh, it's not that nice out here. But that is my point, is that I did exactly that. The escapism, to be happy. Happy? That word doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything. Pleasure, that doesn't mean anything. That's something to do. That's not something that is... it's fun. But at a point. And then it doesn't. And then it hits rock bottom. And then you're just hitting this bottom line. It's really like that. Well, I'm making this video because of the fact that I need to make a collection of videos to explain my research better, because I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been posting and doing doing all my notes. I can fucking show you like 3 or 4 notebooks full of just craziness. Just not nonsense, but I'll call it nonsense because of the fact that no one except me is gonna make sense of it, and that's the point. That's the specificness of it. And so, no shit, it's not, you're not special, but you're definitely individual. And from that, see what I'm saying? Collection. Independent collection. It's kind of like the idea of being outside. Outside of what? Is what it is. Because technically, you're always outside. Because what? I'm inside my head, inside my brain, inside my mind, inside my what? My soul, inside my energy, inside my... What comes after energy? You know? And what I'm saying is that for me to only be able to describe those layers of myself like a fucking gobstopper and then fucking not be able to go anymore, it's total bullshit. Because, as we know, the universe is infinite. So I'm saying is that the universe is as much the Milky Way or the stardust as is our own consciousness. And so, but I just sound like a Muppet now. You know, this puppet shit. And I hate it. I don't like it. Because it's the same shit. There's no uniqueness. There's maybe facts, but the uniqueness is not there. And it's just a bunch of nonsense from that point. But then I'm nonsense, right? Because I don't have an individual. You're fucking whatever the fuck. Like, mutual respect. Yeah. I don't have to be nice to you, and I can still show you respect, right? So, I really be like that. And so, like, for me to be that professional as a person that doesn't look very professional, I don't seem very professional, do I? But I'm a human being, so that's pretty professional. As professional as a human being can be, which is mutual respect. Because in the uneducated world, what education do you have? You have none. but you can do your best, and that's another part of the branches of trees, you know, of thought processes. But that's not the only one I'm going to be talking about. It's just A. It's A1. And it's, but then, like, that's really funny because technically it is an A1. And it'd be an A2. And it'd be a B1, B2. Like a -0 versus a +0 doesn't really make a difference, because the fact that it's negative and positive was the difference. It's still 0. It's like you can never have a -0 because you're saying that you have negative nothing. How do you have less than nothing? Does that even make sense? But somehow, that's what I am. And that's what all human existence is less than nothing. But less than nothing in a sense that it shouldn't be possible to even exist. Which means that we are just as much of an anomaly or probability as me even talking about this. And just like the whole entire idea of me creating a video and sending it off to fucking the universe to go see if some motherfuckers give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. I don't care. But I care about people's happiness. And I know that my thought process, in the sense of what I'm doing, is a problem. In the sense that there's no cure. Cure. What, take away my free will? No. Thank you. You're really helping me. Yeah. No. But, yeah, I'm gonna make more videos. Hopefully it becomes more than just the one loop, you know? It's definitely a Metatron of a situation. Very sublime. Very, Streamline.